I didn't. I'm starting now. So sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Please, Mr. Etta, could you please repeat the marketing stuff?
Start again. Start again. You're on record now.
Okay, I will start. So as I was saying that ever since I moved to the US, I've been part of, I'm very...
Come back tomorrow.
Lucy, mute your microphone if you people are having a chat or whoever it is. Sorry. Go again, Etta.
Okay. I'm saying that I have been part of, I'm somebody who likes opportunities. So when I came here, I did not only focus on my regular job that I was working, I was looking for opportunities to supplement my income and also to connect with people. If you look at my profile on TikTok, I have it there: faith, love, and service. Those are the keywords that guide me. Now, this opportunity is big in the sense that we are at the very beginning of web talk. And in every opportunity, when you are at the beginning, the sky is the limit of what you want to achieve in terms of revenue, connection, or even development. Okay, I will start with development. With Web Talk, if you are a journalist, you can propagate your message or your publishing through Web Talk. If you are a preacher, you can foster the growth of your ministry through Web Talk. If you are a small business owner, you can promote your business through Web Talk. So whatever we are doing in life, Web Talk can be that platform for development where you can develop what you are doing. And what is that? To connect with people. Social media is not going away. Social media will only be improved on because companies are using social media. If you see news channels, big news channels like CNN, Fox News here in the United States, they use Twitter, they use Facebook. Okay?
Yeah.
So when it comes to that development, we have Web Talk through which we can develop all what we want. And this is the difference. We get paid.
Yeah, there's another difference. We get paid. They share the revenue with people. So 5 people always get 10% each if they're registered in the affiliate program. And there's another thing. It's actually better than social media. The reason it's now called social CRM and the world's first social CRM. CRM means contact relationship management or customer relationship management. Okay, so on your phone, you've got contacts of people. Now, imagine if, in my life, I'm now 56, but if I've been to 60 countries around the world. I've met all sorts of people.
Wow.
I've been to South Africa.
I hope you take me along when going next time.
Now, those in Nigeria, they really laugh when I tell them that in Lagos I stay in Mushi. You know, the only white one.
Mushi.
Yo, you know, you see, she's laughing. And in South Africa, I've been inside Shabin, where they told me, "Oh, you're the first white man we ever saw, but you're different from the others." So anyway, I've traveled all over the world. But you see, if I had been able to, whenever I've sat on an aeroplane or met somebody or had an interesting conversation, connected with somebody at a bus stop, in the street, at a party, at an event, on a bus, traveling, whatever, you exchange details with people, right? And you save a contact or a mobile phone number. Now, these days, that's getting a bit better because there's things like WhatsApp, which I refuse to use, but everyone else does. that makes it much easier. And it's good that you are using it, Etta. But the thing is, every few years I change my phone because you have to. Old. When I change my phone, I look through the hundreds of contacts that I have, and I think, who John in Switzerland, Peter in Thailand, Susan in Zimbabwe. How did I meet them? Who are they? You can't remember. 90% of all of this. Imagine if you could remember all the conversations you had through the last 10, 20, 30 years, all the people you've met. And if you could just connect to those people, because now I have an opportunity. Etta has got contacts in Africa for gum arabic, so they're exporting gum arabic and other things. So imagine, I met somebody now when I'm in Thailand, gum arabic. Oh, Etta, right? But can't remember. Now, Web Talk is actually make all this possible. And I want to show you guys the social CRM and how to use it. Hello there. I'll just mute you for a second there. Okay. So I'll show you the social CRM, how it is used, because that is, like Etta is saying, this is more than just social media. This is how you can categorize all your relationships as they develop. You can make notes. Who are they? Where did I meet them? So that's how I'm in touch with all of you guys, because I know which level you're on. I've made notes. This person joined through that person, through that person. I did a lot of detective work to find out who's in our network. And that's powerful, really powerful. But it's also how Web Talk works. And the problem is that people go onto Web Talk and what they're trying to do a lot of the time. And I'm going to tell you guys how not to make this mistake, and the people that you bring in not to make this mistake, because the experience will not be very good. It's very important to have a good experience. You see, it's like a car. You buy a car which is more advanced than the other cars which you've driven before. Unless somebody shows you how to use this car and what these things are for, you will never know, and you will drive this car without using the powerful features. And
that's true.
You with me?
Very true. That's true.
Right. So here are the powerful features, but the problem with these features is it's actually quite simple. When I demonstrate, I will share my screen with you guys and I will show you very quickly these things. And maybe some of you already figured it out, but most people have not figured it out. And when you know these things, then you understand, because your news feed and also the posts that you make are determined. What you see there and what other people see is determined by all those connections. Where have you put them? Now, what the people make the big mistake is they say, I need to complete my profile and I need to get 10 connections and I need to get a recommendation, because then I've got 100% and I can go and I can start earning money from Web Talk. Yes, but if we just rush into that, the result will not be good. And I'll tell you why. The 10 connections. To get the 10 connections, what people are usually doing, that's just work from Web Talk. Let me just check if it's urgent. It's RJ. Okay, just a quick check. So what people are doing, sorry, just one second. Okay. Just make a note. So what people are doing is, to get the 10 connections, they are quickly connecting to people that they look at profile, or an incoming connection request comes to you and you approve it, right? And then you quickly get 10 connections. But guess what happens? Your timeline, when you look at it, is full of stuff. You may as well be on Facebook, but it's a bit different. You get people like, join this cryptocurrency, this is blah, blah, you'll make money on the internet, da, 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 right? But they're not people you know, and it's not a very good experience. Imagine if you invite somebody and they come onto Web Talk And they don't see their friend, because at the beginning, there's nothing there to see, only RJ's posts, because everyone is following RJ by default, and yet, unless you unfollow him, you will see him, which is good, because we keep informed what's happening. But if you were to log into WebTalk and you were to see your friends, what they're doing, then you will be happy, you'll come back, right? Or if your professional connections, you see what's going on and what current businesses and what opportunity for real, okay? So that experience is very important. Experiencing WebTalk, the power of it depends on your connections, and you don't accept connection from everybody. This go slowly and use it the way it is meant to be used, and you will see there's a huge difference, okay? And I'm going to give you an example when I share my screen. So
I have question.
Yeah.
I have two questions. One, like Facebook, when you log into Facebook, you can search for anybody and you can see posts. There are groups that people join to post things. Is there a thing like that in WebTalk?
Yes. Yes, it is. And it is not as the results are not as huge as Facebook, because there are less people in WebTalk. Is it okay with everybody if I share my screen for 5 minutes and give you a quick tour of some of these things?
All right,
Okay.
but I still have one question.
And to answer your question, I will show it to you on the screen as well. What's the other question?
Okay. How do WebTalk make their revenue?
Right. At the moment, all the revenue, all of it, the only revenue that WebTalk makes is since the 2nd of May, just over a month ago, it is the upgrades for pro accounts. And I haven't got this, I should have had the statistics with me here.
So, okay, yeah, the promise of paying, of people getting paid from WebTalk in the future is from the pro upgrade, right?
Not only, but at the moment, and for the next 2 months, it's probably the only way that money's coming in. But it is going so much better than expected. What RJ predicted in the last 6 months when we've been talking about this, he predicted that 5% of people will upgrade. The reality has been that 14% of daily users of WebTalk, because there's a big difference. The truth is, the people that join WebTalk only
sorry, House. I may go off any moment. My data is
oh no. Okay.
My data is running just 100 MB.
Okay.
Okay, it is recorded, so it will be shared later on.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I'll make sure you get it. Okay, sister. And thank you so much for being here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so what I was saying is, the revenue. Okay, so there's a big difference between the people who use WebTalk daily. We call them the daily, what's it called? Daily something user, okay, members. And people who just register. A lot of people join WebTalk, but they never log back in. And some of them do log back in, but they don't use it, or they think, oh, you know, and they come once a month, and then after 3 months, they come and have another look. No. If you look at that, the percentage is obviously very small. But if you look at the people who actually log into WebTalk daily, 14% of them are upgrading. 1/4. That's very high. That's extremely high result. And it's because the marketing of the pro accounts is very well done. I have, you know, RJ is really good at that sort of thing. If you read his posts, the passion, the enthusiasm, all of the, you know, the goalposts for the affiliate program, there are goalposts. You have to satisfy these things and then you're in. But instead of moving the goalposts like the British did with the Zimbabwe and all the rest of it, or right, or instead of making the goalposts narrower and narrower, no, these goalposts that he set a year ago, every time there's a change, they actually get widened. And next week, we're going to get another piece of news. I know what it is, but I can't tell you yet because it's not public. But next week, and he did mention this today in his post, there's good news coming up, okay? So getting back to the question of Princess Ara, Rachel.
Princess.
Yeah, Princess, which will be on the recording that she will receive. So at the moment, all the income is from upgrades. And that's a substantial income because most people are upgrading for $200. I'll give you an example here. This is a statistic which I know in my head. In RJ's, because RJ also has got a downline, okay? He's also got a downline of referrals. I'm actually 2 beneath RJ in the referral network. So Etta is 4 below RJ. So Etta, you are also in RJ's 5 levels. So when you upgraded, RJ got $20. I got $20. Jenny Men above me got $20, and Tanya got $20. So we each got $20 from your $200. But the point is, okay, so RJ, he's had last month, and he posted it. You can actually see it on his image today that he posted. But he got $618, 618, in the first month. Now that means that he had 30 people upgraded in his 5 levels, of which I brought 4 of them, because there's myself, Peter, who's not in your line, Etta. So myself, Peter, you, and and one of my family friends in Thailand. So she also upgraded. So those 4 people, that's $80. So he got 618, which means that 30 people will make 600 who upgraded for a year, because the special offer is very attractive. So many people, obviously a lot of people can't afford $200 for a year, but those that can, they're doing it. A lot of them are doing it. The other $18 comes from 9 people who did the $20 monthly thing. So that's another $18, right? But statistically, 14% at the moment of people who use WebTalk Daily are upgrading. 14. It's very high. So just by inviting people, as Etta suggested, invite as many people as you can. We will follow up. We will help you to keep them on board. There is some advice I can give you how to make it much more likely that you don't just sign people up like I did. I signed up so many people who never came back. Some of them just joined to keep me quiet, to satisfy. I'm always telling you, look, I love you. You're my friend. You're dear to me. I don't want to get rich on my own. And I sincerely mean it. I want them to get rich as well. But they couldn't see it. But they wanted to keep me quiet, so they joined. Okay? I've now understood that trying to get the people, sometimes you just keep trying for people, and it's just a waste of time. You're better off to spend your time on people and sometimes somebody that you do not expect to join. You don't expect it. It's like, oh, that's the last person I think will join WebTalk. I don't want to name anybody, but I've got some friends in Australia, and these people I really did. Oh no, they're the last people. Particularly, I'm thinking of one African friend of mine. But knowing him, I honestly didn't think he will be interested, because he's more into apps and partying and all sorts of things. You know, he's a young guy, right? But
can I just ask a quick question, please?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question?
Please do. Yeah, Lucy.
Okay. I think I don't know if I read it clearly or not. I presume that we were requested to link our Facebook and other social media pages or accounts to WebTalk. But then there is this issue of people who are, I think the pros, they can view our details or whatever, but we can't view theirs. So I'm worried. I'm really concerned in terms of security, the security of the web talk.
Oh, no, you misunderstand.
Can and others not. Then personally, I'll not be okay to like post my things on it because I'm not sure who is viewing. I not view theirs, so it's kind of biased.
I'm so happy that we're doing this, and we need to do this every week, Etta. We have to have. Let's do this the same time next Saturday, everybody, because this is wonderful. You know, people are not asking these kind of questions, and we need these questions because, you know, this is a legitimate question. And everything has got an answer, and you need to know the truthful answer, and then you'll be like, okay, right? But you have to ask, and I'm so glad you asked. So let me tell you, first of all, because you asked two things as far as I understood. Connecting your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, or your Slack account to WebTalk, it's not really like that at all, because one of the things, by the way, I've kind of got a software engineer background and internet security as well. I ran the largest Pan-African independent news agency for many, many years. 10 minutes. Oh, we're going to run out, and then when we do, just click the link again. No, let me tell you, it's not actually, it's something called API, which is an application programming interface. And your login for Facebook, taking Facebook as an example, but it's the same for all of them. Your login for Facebook is not shared to WebTalk. It's not. It's an API which sits in the middle, which you don't have access to, except it says, yes, okay, this is legitimate, this is correct. And it just allows you to use another network to log in and post into another network. But the software engineers, the CEO, let me tell you first of all, if the CEO wanted to look at your private messages on WebTalk, like, you know, we can message each other, right? Same as with Facebook. He himself cannot do that yet because it's difficult technically, but there are two people in the company who can, right? And they do. If there's a complaint about scamming or something like this, they have a look and look at the messages to see whether this person has been, you know, spreading bullshit around, trying to trick people. But that's usually on the internet, it's like that. With Telegram, you can't because it's encrypted. With WebTalk and with Facebook, the actual messaging between you and the company is encrypted, but in the company, they can always look into the database and see these things, okay? So generally speaking, there's no privacy when it comes to that, okay? But the passwords cannot be seen. I'll give you another example. Logging in, if you choose to log in with Google or LinkedIn or Facebook, when you register, you know, I can understand people might think, oh, hang on, but isn't that information going to go to WebTalk? No, it doesn't. It doesn't, okay? Now, what was the other question? It was about, it was another good question.
Profile and
yes, can I answer because I kind of like understand the other part?
What was the other question?
Can you hear me, Mr. Zundi?
Yes, go again. What was the other question?
Okay, the other part, it was her profile. She said there are things that you put in your profile you don't want everybody to see. In WebTalk, there is that option that you can select who will see your profile. Like me. Ah,
okay, yes. Yeah, but now I remember. But I think she was also asking something else. But
yeah, I asked persons who have registered as
and they're pro. Yeah. I got it. Let me answer both of those because Etta raised something which I think you might already know. Your profile, you can control the privacy of the different parts. Okay, that's fine. But what you are asking is, why do you see a stealth user visited you? Okay, so pro, and I'm a pro account, and so is Etta. Okay, what we can do is when we visit people's profiles, it doesn't show on the who visited your profile. It just says a stealth user. And it's got a spooky mask thing there, right? That's going to change because it's freaking people out, right?
Wow.
But that's just because, a lot of these things were rushed. These are programmers. They don't think about all the consequences of how it works and what people will think. So it has to be fixed, okay? But I'll tell you what the reality is. You can't, all you can do, which you can't do on Facebook, but you can do on LinkedIn if you pay, if you have an upgraded account on LinkedIn, you can see who visited your profile, that's all. If they're logged in, you can see. If you want to visit somebody's profile without being a pro customer using stealth, which means that they can't see who you are, but if you want to still do that, you can. You just open an incognito window in your browser, private window, and you go to the profile, and then you can see it without them even getting a notification, because it only shows people who are logged in who visited your profile, which is interesting. I like it. I think it's really cool. But it doesn't give any, it's only because WebTalk web server is there. So you visit my profile, and it then sends a notification to me that you visited my profile. There's no connection. I can't see inside your computer or you inside my computer. No. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay. And as Etta said, you can control the privacy on your profile. May not be very obvious, but each section, about me, experience, education, languages, recommendations, there's a little, when you put the mouse over, you can change the glow. You can make it private, or you can make it for your friends. And so on. So for example, my profile, I show the About Me section to the public. I show my experience section to my professional connections, and my education maybe to my friends or only to myself, because some of it I'm not so proud of. Okay. I'm going to give you a very quick demonstration of something here. I'm going to share my screen to you guys. Now, how many of you are on a mobile phone right now? Or are you all on laptops?
Mobile phone.
You're on an iPhone?
Mobile.
You're on a mobile, right?
Yes.
Okay. What I'll do then, I'm going to join from my mobile and share my mobile screen because it'll be a lot clearer.
Since we don't have enough time, if somebody has a question, they can ask.
Yes, please.
I want to ask that what's going to be done so that if somebody wants to go in, somebody wants to log in, it will be a bit easier, because so many people give up because trying to log in is a bit difficult. Myself, I took a long time to complete my profile. Many people complain that they put information and it is rejected, and it takes them a lot of time to log in, and so they are discouraged.
Okay, when you say log in, I don't think you mean the actual logging in, because that's saved. Once you've done it, joining, right? And
to join joining.
Going through the steps is too difficult.
A lot of people find it difficult to join, and so when they.
Okay, let me answer. Oh, welcome, Harrison. Finally, you made it.
Oh, hello, Harrison. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see you over there.
Okay, so let me answer. The thing is that the network in Africa is very, very bad, especially Nigeria, Cameroon, and Ghana.
Ghana, yes, it's bad.
Because I have prospects who are unable to join WebTalk because of the network.
West Africa, it's bad.
Let me.
You see what is going on?
Yeah, you see the problem.
I can't hear you very well. Let me connect up.
Yes, it's difficult. We have to rejoin with the same link. This time it is the same link again, the one that ends with 69.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
let's rejoin and then I'll give a demonstration.